This is Tecker 911, episode 60, cell phone internet. I'm Michael Plasmar.
I'm Ray Dame.
And today we're going to talk about cell phone internet.
Cell phone internet is basically where you're able to access the internet, where you're not at your home internet connection and you're not on Wi-Fi, but you're using the cell phone towers to access the internet.
Right, and this plan is offered through the different cell phone companies. Verizon, AT&T, and Sprint are the big providers. T-Mobile is just getting started offering this. The service is available mostly in the metro areas, not everywhere where there's cell phone coverage, mostly in the metro areas, and that's areas around cities and areas where there are large populations, but not everywhere where there's cell phone. Also, there are different levels and different types of mobile internet. We're not going to go too deeply into that, but you may see 3G advertised. That's supposed to be a faster type of cell phone internet. Now, as for speeds, it may be approaching your speed at home, and that's really what the promise of 3G is, but still you're not really going to do a prominent amount of surfing on it, especially with the price of the rate plans, which we'll get to in a minute. But still, if you're on the road in a car or something and you need to access your email and you don't have a Wi-Fi spot like in Starbucks or in your office or in your home, then basically cell phone internet's the only way to get connected. And for example, we're out here in a local community park and there are no Wi-Fi signals around us because there are no houses around us, but we'd still be able to access the cell phone internet with our devices. So now let's talk about what devices you can use to access the cell phone internet. Probably the most prominent is a cell phone. For example, a sort of BlackBerry or a PDA or a smartphone. This is the Motorola Q right here. Unfortunately, the screen's cracked, but this is able to access cell phone internet. The Blackberries are able to access cell phone internet. Now, really the downside to cell phone internet is the price. If you have a Blackberry already, you'll probably end up paying $30 more in addition to what you're paying right now for voice service in order to get data service, and you'd be able to access your email and then access the internet using the mobile web browser. As we talked about in our mobile computing episode, the web browser that are on those devices is not perfect. Like the iPhone is also one of these devices, and if you have an iPhone with a data plan, then you can access the internet, and the browser in the iPhone's a lot better. But like the Motorola Q, it uses like what, Internet Explorer 5 or something,
yeah,
and it doesn't display websites as good at all. So mostly you're limited to going to sites that you already know how to navigate, or checking the mobile version of websites. Usually a lot of websites like Facebook, if you go to m.facebook.com or mobile Google, I forget what the URL is for that, I think m.google.com. Yeah, usually if you go m.google.com or something, then it brings you to the mobile version, and that version loads faster, strips out all the unnecessary stuff. But if you try and really browse the web on like those devices, it really becomes a pain. And that's where the second type of cell phone internet, where you can hook it up to a full-size computer. This is my tablet right here. You could also use a traditional style laptop as well. And there are two ways of getting internet on this device. So if you already have like this BlackBerry here, you can add tethering if available from your cell phone company. The problem is that runs you about $60 a month, so in addition to what you pay for voice. And with tethering, you'd either connect it with a USB cable to the BlackBerry or PDA or something, or over Bluetooth, and you can tether wirelessly. As I said, it's $60, and that comes with a 5 GB data limit, so you're not really going to do much surfing on that. maybe you'd keep your email up to date, but it's really not meant for heavy internet usage, just when you're on the road. But at $60 in addition to what you pay for voice, that gets really expensive. Like Sprint has a plan for $100, their Simply Everything plan, where you get unlimited voice and unlimited mobile web. I don't know if it comes with tethering. I think it might if it has, they say Simply Everything. But at $100 a month plus taxes and fees, so you'll probably end up paying $120 a month. That is a lot to be paying for. But if you're in the car a lot, always on the road, and you really need internet access from anywhere at any time, then cell phone internet's the only way to go. And if you hook it up to a full-scale computer, you can use the Outlook program that you traditionally use, or your Gmail or something from your computer, and you have your full-size keyboard. The last option for getting cell phone internet is getting a device directly for your computer. You can either have it USB, and the advantage of getting a USB cell phone internet modem is that it works on pretty much every computer made in the last 5 years. And but the disadvantage is that it sticks out, so it would stick out like this much, which would get annoying because it would keep having to go in and out. You can also get ones for the Express card, or PCMCIA card, which is here, but the disadvantage is if you buy a notebook that doesn't have that card slot, then you're going to get a new modem. The modems run about $50 to $100 up front with new 2-year agreement, but the problem is the service is like $60 a month for like 5 gigabytes of data over your mobile web. So you really have to watch your usage, because 5 gigabytes adds up fast. That's like 2 movies being downloaded. Now you're not going to be downloading movies off of this, but if you regularly download large attachments over it, you don't want to be doing that, because the per megabyte additional charges is like $50 to $1 per megabyte, which is completely ridiculous. Because like a website now, if you like open up Yahoo or something for the first time, that might be like half a megabyte, so you're paying like 25 to 50 cents a web page, which is completely ridiculous, you ask me.
Cell phone internet is a convenient way to stay updated with your email and other websites, but it's pretty expensive right now in the United States, and you probably are not going to get it unless you're a business person who needs to check email, or you really like to access the internet. Right
now how it's priced is it's really priced for business use, especially if you're doing it from a laptop. If you have like an iPhone and you just want the mobile data plan for like $30 additional, that's like $1 a day. So if you surf the web, if you like being anywhere like in a restaurant and you want to access the internet on your iPhone, maybe that's more useful to you. But for $60 a month to get your computer to access the internet, you're really only doing that if you're a business user and you have to check your email all the time, and you like the convenience of a full-size keyboard and full-size computer to read and check your email. I'm Michael Plasmar.
I'm Reed Dame.
Enjoy accessing the internet from anywhere. To watch this episode again, or to watch any of our prior episodes, you can visit our website, 911.tecker.net, T-E-C-K-E-R. And on the website we have our prior episodes, as well as you can view them directly on the website, or you can download them in WMV for Windows, iPod or QuickTime format for your iPod, or if you have iTunes installed, an MP3 audio-only version of the show, and a WMV HD version of the show, which you can download via BitTorrent, that looks really, really clear and in pristine HD quality. And instructions for downloading via BitTorrent are also on the site. On the right-hand side, we have more information about us and about each of the members of the show, as well as quick links to all of our prior episodes, and links to the RSS feeds for each of the formats that we release the show in, and links to subscribe to the show in iTunes if you have an iPod, an Apple TV, an iPhone, any Apple device. You can click on that link in either video or audio format. You can also, in iTunes, search for Tecker, T-E-C-K-E-R, in the iTunes store, and then you can find our podcast that you can subscribe to free. Also, if you do not have an iPod, if you have like a generic MP3 player, then you can use you can still listen to our show if on our website you subscribe to this MP3 audio version in a feed catcher, in a podcatcher like Juice. You can search for Juice on Google, download that program, and then it'll load the shows automatically onto your generic MP3 playing device. If you have any questions about the show or about technology, you can send us an email at 911@tecker.net, or you can leave us a voicemail at 610-572-2847. Thank you so much for watching Tecker 911.